see where we are with the history and tax rate and our spreadsheet of expenses. And the thing with LGA, that's the unknown to us right now because we're not sure what might happen with the state. Chances are they will be cutting something there at some point. We don't know how badly it will affect us, but chances are it will be cut at some point. We were cut on our market value credit. Governor Pawlenty cut us on LGA in 2010, but we also got cut on market value credit this year. No, it was just a cut. It's still there, but it was cut. So, and that was how much was it? So we had a $90,000 cut in LGA this year, which we're surviving. But we had a market value cut of, where did I put that? I think it was 40-some. $47,616 was cut in market value credit in 2010.
Yeah, with a $6 billion deficit over the next biennium projected, I don't think our LGA position is going to be any better than it is. This number.
Yeah.
Yep, we're probably going to get a cut, and you know, that's one of the reasons why if you were inclined to lower the levy now for some reason, and then they cut LGA on top of that, then we'd really be in a bind. But given that our levy is not putting a strain on property owners, and it's
You're not talking to the same people I'm talking to.
well, show them this chart. Maybe they aren't looking at all the facts. But we do have other projects coming up that we have to worry about paying for in one way or another, and not knowing for sure what the LGA cuts are going to be, it would probably be the prudent thing to keep our levy where it is, to be sure we have cushion when the state takes away our LGA, because we're pretty sure they will. I mean, we still have things to worry about, how to pay for the levy recertification. Next council meeting, you'll probably be getting a feasibility report from Otomo Engineering on the next phase of that work that's going to be done up that they say needs to be done up in the north end. We'll have to see what that all costs. So there's a lot of different projects. EDA has talked about the need to do something with housing. You know, there's a lot of things coming up that we don't want to cut ourselves too short on having the funding to make these things happen. If the opportunities come up, we have to be ready.
And we really don't know where our reserves are. Apparently, what went into the community center is lost.
Well, that's another one that's not a done deal yet either then, between whatever happens with the motel and the community center. You know.
Yeah, but either way, it doesn't sound like FEMA is going to reimburse us.
But they will probably give us the, it's not an amended an alternate project. So then that money can be applied to a different project.
Yeah, but we're still out the money that we spent on the community center.
But that'll come back to us to help us not spend money on another project.
But if that project goes to something we weren't going to spend anything on, i.e. library, we're just out the money on the community center.
Well, we did have the insurance money off of the Dream and Horses building, which was put in capital projects fund, and that's where the community center cost has come out of.
Well, it's neither here nor there, it's just soaked up reserves.
Yeah, it's, yep, it's true. So, you know, this is the meeting where if the public wishes to make any comments or anything about taxes and levy and expenses and spending and, you know, where we are in the world of
We don't have to do
taxes.
this till the 27th, do we?
We have to have one meeting where the public can talk,
Right.
and then the last chance for the public meeting is the 27th.
Right.
So that's the night you're gonna have to have a final, because I think it's due to the state on the 28th, or due to the county.
Well, I just hold it when we have some people here.
Well, this is the one that was adopted. I mean, adopted. This is the meeting date to speak on it. This is the time. This is the only time. Everybody's property taxes had this date on it. So, you know, if someone comes to if they come to another meeting, they can speak during the open forum part, but there is really no other, there's no public hearing for this purpose other than right now. Because that's the date that was on everybody's stuff, so. It won't be advertised again. Anybody have any questions on the charts or comments, or anybody out there have any? What do you think about your taxes? Mr. Kimball?
What do I think about my taxes?
Sure, let's hear.
They're a lot worse in Houston.
They are a lot worse than Houston.
Overall, throughout the entire community?
Dollar for dollar, my commercial property is almost double in price in Houston tax-wise.
You didn't make the chart.
She knows better than to put me on a chart.
I should do that next time.
Houston isn't on this list, is it?
No, because
Wrong
they're
county.
Houston County. No, I only have Fillmore County.
Mr. Mayor, if I may say something, just as a point of information.
Absolutely. Please state your name for the record, sir.
Les Ladwig,
Thank you.
I would like to have the council take a real close look at these numbers. This is something that the public has not been made aware of since the flood. This is the cause for all the statements about everybody's taxes going through the roof, and it was based on inaccurate information. 2006 is the key year to look at here. And nobody has ever wanted to deal with that or talk about it with relevance to what their property taxes have done. And it's important that I think you folks as council people know the correct answers when they call and tell you that property taxes went up 112% since last year. It's maybe true it did since last year, but the value is coming back online since it was devalued in 2006. So it's critical that you people have the correct information, because I hear too many stories about people supporting people with the high taxes, and it's not an accurate statement. And contrary to some of the discussions that go on around the community, Rushford is not going down the crapper just yet. And we're growing. And I sometimes think we lose sight of that fact, that the more properties that we can put on the tax base, the better it is for everyone. So we don't end up in a situation as Mr. Chigolo has in Houston. Thank you.
For the record, I'm very happy with Houston. And I'm not complaining about those rates. I'll complain to that council.